Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It is a hazy, hot, and humid Saturday afternoon here in the Bronx, and it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays in the middle game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees won the first game of the series last night. They've now won 5 in a row, and they've climbed to within 3 games of first place in the American League East. And we've got a great pitching matchup for you in Game 2. This is a matchup that we had last week in Toronto. Dylan Cease right up there with Cam Schlittler for the American League Cy Young Award. He's going to start for the Blue Jays. For the Yankees, it's Ryan Weathers. You see that 5 and 7? That doesn't really tell the story because lately, Paul, he's pitched as well as anybody in baseball.
Well, the name of the game for the New York Yankees is starting pitcher, and Ryan Weathers got off to a good start, overpowering fastball. All of a sudden, he has become a complete pitcher, a lot more off-speed, change-ups, two-seamers, but these last 5 starts, he has given the Yankees everything they need.
How about specifics? Last 5 starts, 2-0, 0.85 ERA, and he's getting a good deal of ground ball, 63.4% ground ball rate, which is excellent. Well, the Yankees are slowly getting back their injured players. One guy they're not getting back anytime soon is Giancarlo Stanton. He's been out since the end of April with a bad calf. Now he has hurt the other calf. We'll have more from Meredith Baragovitz and Aaron Boone next on Yes.
Welcome back to the Bronx for Yankees baseball on Yes, as the Yankees try to continue their winning ways. Game 2 of the pregame series between the Yankees and the Blue Jays is set to get underway in just a little bit. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Baragovitz. When you look at this Yankees lineup, one name that has been noticeably absent for a long time is that of Giancarlo Stanton. He originally went on the IL back on April 28th with a right calf strain, and earlier today, Aaron Boone said he will not be back in the near future, injuring his other calf while running the bases. Here's Aaron Boone with a little bit more on what's going on with Giancarlo Stanton.
Obviously, it's been a tough road, where he, kind of re-injured a different part of the calf muscle, halfway through here, and now this. So tough news, and just feel for G, because I know how bad he wants to be in there with us, and but at the same time, it is what it is too, and we got to just keep moving and try and hopefully get him right to where he still can be in the mix by the end.
And while Giancarlo Stanton has not been ruled out for the 2026 season, time is certainly not on his side. There is a positive when it comes to the injuries. Cody Bellinger is expected back in the lineup tomorrow. We'll have more on that later in the broadcast. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Ryan Weathers gets the ball. First pitch next on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. By Tunnel to Towers, donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. And by Nissan, hopping on Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Hello Kitty Day here at Yankee Stadium. Very popular bobblehead. There were lines around the stadium earlier today to get the bobblehead and to watch that guy, Ryan Weathers, get the start and throw the first pitch of this game. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup that he's going to face. Brett Bateman leads off. Vlad Guerrero comes off the concussion IL, and he'll bat second and play first base. Alejandro Kirk will catch and hit third. Middle third of the order, Springer, Okamoto, and Clement. And the bottom third, Cameron, McAdoo, and Straw. We mentioned they'll be facing Ryan Weathers, who's been outstanding. Those are his seasonal stats, 5 and 7, 3.56, more than a strikeout per inning. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scatter Report.
Well, as good as anybody. I mean, you talk about Cole, you talk about Schlittler. Well, you know, Weathers has been as good as anybody in the American League. His last 5 starts at .085 ERA, so it just has really turned things around this year. Even fewer, less and less with his 4-seam fastball. He was a power guy. He's really gone to a lot more changeup, breaking balls, using his team 2-seamer a lot more. Only 5 4-seamers, which was a career low his last outing. And do it again, Michael. We'll steal it in for him. Sunday in Toronto, he actually outpitched Dylan Cease, 7 in the 3rd with 1 run. And to beat a great pitcher, you got to have a good starting pitcher going against him.
Bateman ready. Weathers ready. Let's do it. Here in the Bronx, first pitch is a strike. We're underway. Dan Iasonia is the home plate umpire. Louis Krupa at first. Jeremy Rehak at second. And Adam Beck is over third. And another strike.
Lefty on lefty. The only lefty in the lineup, Brett Bateman, but he had such a good night at the plate. Looks like Schneider just stayed with him. He kind of fought a lot of balls off yesterday. Going to left field, 3 base hits.
Way outside.
I'm just kind of holding my breath, Michael, because he had a single, double, and a triple yesterday. And then he walked up with the tying run up against Bednar in the ninth. I'm like, don't chase him, Michael. Don't say he's a home run away from the cycle.
And I didn't say it.
You didn't say it. We went home happy, right?
The 1-2. Oh, just missed. Walls was about to throw it around the diamond. Thought it was strike 3, but he didn't challenge. Probably wise not to. We mentioned the Yankees won 5 in a row. And just in the last couple of days, they've gained 3 games on the Tampa Bay Rays. They're just 3 games out. The closest they've been since August 2nd. Bateman battling. Take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Ramos, Grisham, and Jones left, right in the outfield. Caballero, Lombard, Chisholm, and Garcia. That's third to first. Austin Wells behind the plate. Ben Rice the DH, and Weathers is on the mound. Another foul ball. Check out what Dan Iasonia is all about. Umpire Scatter Report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Considered pitcher friendly. 118 calls challenged. 75 of them overturned. He's the crew chief. Line drive. It is a base hit to right field. Nice piece of hitting by Bateman. Long at bat, fouling off tough pitches, and a leadoff single.
Well, that's enough to drive you crazy if you're Weathers. I mean, the long at bat started off 0-2. All of a sudden, just off the end of the bat, just loops it into right field. And an 8-pitch at bat ends up with a base hit.
Now to bring up Vlad Guerrero off the concussion IL. Amazingly enough, he's been around the big leagues for a while now. This was the first time he's ever been injured, ever been on the IL.
Yeah, that's amazing. In this day and age where, you know, if you get a hangnail, they're putting you on the IL. And, you know, he's been very durable. Not having the year offensively that you're accustomed to seeing, but he's out there every day.
Ground ball, third base, Caballero. There's one. And the return not in time. Very close at second base, but Rehak made the out call.
Well, Caballero really is good when he plays third base at getting rid of the ball. I mean, he doesn't use his arm strength. He uses the transition and the quickness to get rid of the ball. And you take a step here and wait. He's probably safe at second. Bateman got a great jump off first.
So here's Alejandro Kirk. And a strike. Guerrero does have 7 stolen bases. Held at first by Garcia. Kirk has a 10-game hitting streak and always hurts the Yanks.
I think Vlad has fun out there, do you?
15-year contract, you have fun.
Yeah, pays pretty well too, doesn't it?
But when you talk to people around the Blue Jays, not having fun this year, he's very frustrated. He puts a lot of the Blue Jays struggles on his own shoulders. He has just 7 home runs, which is unbelievable. He only had 8 home runs in the postseason last year.
And think, he has not hit a home run in Rogers Center.
Unbelievable.
Hit home.
Yep.
And that's a home run hitter's park, our home field. And, you know, we hit a bunch of them in the playoffs last year, but has not hit one all year.
1-2 on Kirk. Two and two.
Weather's trying to go down and away. Keep that ball on the ground. You can get a ground ball from Kirk. An easy double play.
Loop and drops in the center field for base hit. Guerrero makes a turn. He'll stop right there. And Grisham runs it in halfway, then flips it to Lombard. So first and second with 1 man out. That'll bring up George Springer.
I went to the 4-seam fastball, and one thing that Kirk does, if he's beat inside, he stays through it. And, you know, he'll just loop it into the outfield. See, he's beat this ball's in on the handle, but he doesn't pull off of it. A lot of hitters, if you're beat, you start to pull off to try to get the barrel. He just fights through it. Will bloop it up the middle. Hit a ball last night, a big at bat for him to drive in a run to right field.
So here is Springer. Pinch hit yesterday, struck out. And that pitch a little bit low, 1-0. Blue Jays in the penultimate game of a 13-game stretch where they're playing the best teams in the AL East. So far, they're 7-4 in the first 11 games. And since July 29th, they've gone 14-8. So they're a game and a half out of a wild card.
Springer with a night off last night. You saw that last swing. And he's been doing this for like a week. And Schneider's kind of tuning in where he looks like something is hurting when he takes a good, healthy swing.
There's a base hit through the left side of the infield. Chugging around third is Guerrero. The throw is cut off by Caballero. It's an RBI single for Springer, and it's 1-0 Toronto.
Well, ground balls find holes sometimes. It's bad luck. You get your ground ball. If it's at the shortstop, it's a double play. This is a 2-seamer. What you want is a good ground ball double play. Just happens to find a hole on the left side. Ends up scoring Guerrero easily. I'm talking about Guerrero. He runs a lot better than you think he does.
Here's Kazuma Okamoto. So 3 hits against Rutgers here in the first inning. Now you want to shut down this uprising right now because the guy you're facing, Dylan Cease, has had a terrific year and pitched very well against Rutgers last weekend in Toronto. That was a strike.
Like I was reading the game notes today. And every once in a while you read something, you're like, you know what, as long as I've been around this guy, I didn't know this. The first inning of the Major League game is the most scored inning historically in baseball. I didn't know that. You?
I didn't know it, but it makes sense because that's the only inning where the lineup is exactly how you planned it to be. So it's your best hitters at the top.
I think, I always looked at like the 8th and the 9th where you get desperate to try to get back in the game. That might be the first inning historically, the most scored inning in baseball. So it's my fact for the day.
I love it. Swing and a miss. Okamoto down on strikes.
Big strikeout there. I mean, as you said, Michael, and that's the good changeup. See the spin on that kind of going sideways, down and away. But you've really got to limit the damage here. This is a huge part of the game right here with Dylan Cease pitching. You can't give them a crooked number here in the first inning.
It was Ernie Clement. Oh, strike. These two teams have played 11 times this year. Yankees lead the series 6-5, but it's been close. In the 11 games, the Yankees have scored 38 runs, the Blue Jays 37. Soft ground ball. Lombard. Boggles. Fires. Got him. His strong arm saved himself an error right there and ended the inning. But the Blue Jays get 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Blue Jays pick up a run against Ryan Weathers and the Yankees. Now Dylan Cease on the mound, and he'll face this Yankees starting lineup. He's going to start with that guy, Trent Grisham. Ben Rice follows, and then Elliot Ramos after him. Middle third of the order, it's Garcia, Jones, and Lombard. And the bottom third, Chisholm, Wells, and Caballero. Dylan Cease, 24th start, 7-5, 2.42 ERA, 201 strikeouts. Fastest Blue Jay to get to 200 strikeouts in a season. And let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
Well, as good as he is, he's still chasing. He is in the running for the Cy Young, but right now, Camp Stiller has to be the front runner. 6 and counting. You mentioned it, Michael. He hit 200 strikeouts for the 6th consecutive season in his last start. I mean, he's a horse and a strikeout guy, no doubt about it. And good history for the Yankees. Talking about the lifetime, the Yankees are 7-1 in his career 8 starts.
Let's take a look at the Blue Jays defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we take a closer look at Vlad Guerrero. He is our Corso defensive player profile. Plus 3 outs above average this season. That's 3rd best among American League first basemen. Remember, he started off at 3rd, and he's become a really good first baseman by a lot of work. And a lot of people rave about the job he does at first base.
I remember was coming in a couple years ago, he dropped a ton of weight. He became a little bit more athletic, and it has really shown up in his running, in his fielding, hitting down a little bit, but phenomenal year to last year. And the postseason that he had kind of speaks for itself.
One on Grisham. We fouled the first one back. Cease is 30 years old, 8th big league season. Signed a 7-year, $210 million free agent deal in December. There are some deferrals, so it brings the value down to about $175.
He's a hard thrower. He's got a great slider, and you see that changeup too. So, you really have to hit off his fastball. I mean, he's the mid to upper 90s, and which makes his off-speed stuff that much better.
I told you it was hazy, overcast, and the lights are on here at Yankee Stadium, despite the 1:35 start.
Hey, you're talking about the people lining up around the building today. I thought I missed the game time or something. I was like, well, we have 1 or 1:35 today.
And Grisham with a leadoff walk. Let's take a look at what Dylan Cease throws. Statcast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, he's got the good four-seam fastball, but if you look at numbers-wise, his slider is numbers-wise his most effective pitch. But again, 97.2 average, you've got to honor that fastball.
Here's Ben Rice. Fouled into the Yankee dugout. Top 4 in Cy Young voting in 22 and 24. And this year he made his first All-Star team. And his manager, John Schneider, picked him to start the game. And thanks to Cody Bellinger and Ben Rice, he got 3 early runs of support.
You watch his motion, a lot of hard throwers will really drop that arm, and he kind of holds it up there, the short armor. And he just creates a lot of arm speed, even from that high position when he breaks the glove.
In his career, he has never missed a start.
Not a lot of these guys out there now.
No. Check swing. Adam Beck said no, he did not go.
Again, we talked yesterday with Toronto Blue Jays having a terrible time throwing out base runners. And Dylan Cease, I think he's had more stolen bases against him than any other pitcher. And here we off again.
Swing and a miss. Thrown out nearly in time. Oh, you're on fire today, huh?
Trent Grisham, I mean, it's in the scouting report. He's slow going to home plate, power pitcher, any kind of jump whatsoever. You can walk into second base.
The 2-2. He moves the runner over to third with the ground ball to McAdoo. So Grisham at third with 1 out.
Kind of anxious to see what Toronto is going to do. Looks like they're going to bring the infield in, knowing that Cease is that good. Try to save this run, and then a 1-0 game in the bottom of the first.
And the pitch to Ramos is a strike. 3 for his last 10. After a 1-for-30 slide, picked up his first Yankee RBI with a double right field in Baltimore. Fastball has some life on it, 0-2.
Yeah, this is where he really becomes effective. He's shown the fastball, and his slider is so good to try to get that swing and a miss from Ramos.
Strike 3, and that's going to be challenged by Ramos. He immediately challenged.
It's the batter challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if he got it right. He did.
Select.
Yeah, it was a good pitcher's pitch, but just off the outside corner. And that's the difference, Michael, with the ability to have this challenge. I mean, this is a big at-bat right here. You still got the bat in your hand.
Swing and a miss. Power upstairs, 2-way. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. 1 or more home runs for Louis, it's plus 425. Infield backs up with 2 outs.
You watch that at-bat of Ramos, man on third base, infield in 1 out, and it just certain pitchers always look like they had the advantage. And if you watch that at-bat, it's like Cease had the advantage from pitch 1.
2-1. 1-0 Blue Jays. Grisham's at third with 2 men out here in the bottom of the first inning. Two and two. Yankees have gone 20 straight games without a run in the first inning. And Paul told you that's when most teams score. 2-2. And it's 21 straight as they leave Grisham at third. Got a special guest coming up. 1-0 Blue Jays.
A stretch by Adkins. The set. The pitch. There's a long fly ball to left down the line. If it stays there, it's gone. It's a fair ball. Hits the facing of the upper deck. Home run number 50 for central fielder. He becomes the 11th.
We flipped the calendar to 1990, and he became the first player to hit 50 home runs since George Foster did it in 1977. And he joins us here. Remember the 1996 Yankee Championship team? Cecil, how you doing, man?
Man, living the dream. I'm here. I made it here today. So, hey, I'm having a good time.
You remember that home run?
Oh, do I remember? Whew. I remember that one. I was up in the deck. I hit him up in the deck.
So what you have around your waist there? You were big. You're not so big anymore. You're wasting away here.
Yeah, I'm getting a little smaller as we get older, but it's all good.
How important was number 50 to you?
At that time, it was very important. I mean, coming back from Japan and getting the opportunity to play on an everyday basis, you know, that was big for me. So it gave me the opportunity to show some folks that maybe they made a mistake or two.
And they did. You played for Toronto. You played for the Yankees. You got your championship with the Yankees. AL MVP voting in 90 and 91. You finished second. In the postseason, great numbers. 319 career home runs, which is tied with your son, Prince Fielder, which is the most amazing stat.
But, you know, there was another stat I seen, Paul, that home runs in certain innings, he and I had the same number.
Oh, really?
Like 4 or 5 different innings over our career, the same number of home runs.
That's spooky.
Must be genetics, huh?
That is what it is.
3-2 on Daz Cameron as we're in the second inning. You know, everybody wants to cap a career with the championship. What did 96 mean to you with the Yankees?
Well, it meant everything. I mean, you know, I played the game hard as I could, as many years as I could, but to get that World Series and be able to win with that team, we had so many great players on that team, and to go up against a team like the Atlanta Braves, that was a great series for us. It was unbelievable.
And did you get along with O'Neill?
Oh, he was the best. He was the best. He's the best.
This Game 5, a big double for you. That was a huge hit in that game.
I just remember the day that I got called in the office to the Big Daddy was coming over, and it was such a relief because we needed some pop. We needed some home runs to make that a perfect team, and I just felt such a relief because I thought, here we got a guy that's coming in, can hit home runs, drive in runs, and it just, the rest of it could kind of relax and just play.
And, you know, I just think I didn't have to do much. I just had to fit in. I mean, this team was already well built. All I had to do was come here and just play, and that's what we did. We just went out, and if we played today, we win today. That's it.
You brought your comedy show in.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I have never laughed. So you and Charlie Hayes, you should have made a movie.
The best.
Huh?
Liquor Hayes. Grandma called him Liquor.
One day, Michael, I walked in there, and I had never heard a grown man screaming and crying, just laughing. Mm-hmm. Cecil had hidden in the back, trying to file his nails down with one of the electric thing. Charlie Hayes caught him, and there was like sparks. It looked like a jackhammer going up back here.
Liquor was always looking for me. Liquor was always looking for me. We had a great team. What a team. Rock Range laughing. Mm-hmm. Rock couldn't come in the room without laughing. We had a good time.
Now, you mentioned that people at the beginning didn't believe in you. Well, I mean, you were such an outstanding player. What didn't they see that made you go to Japan?
Well, I think, you know, those early 80s, I mean, I was a big guy, and baseball wasn't ready. Everybody as big as I am now. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys are monstrosities. So, you know, I just don't think Pat Gillick at that time was willing to take the time it was going to take for me to develop to be a good player.
And here's some video of you as a Blue Jay.
Oh, I could always hit.
You were leaning over there.
I was
You got
leaning.
your nose on the ball there, weren't you?
I was giving it to him back then. Yeah, I was. You know, I just was on a great team, had great players. The Toronto Blue Jay organization had a abundance of talent. So my roomie, Fred McGriff's in the Hall of Fame now. So again, that was the guy that I had to play with. He's the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, when I got here in the early 90s, I mean, that was a team we couldn't get by. We couldn't get by the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, they were going through a World Series. Cito Gaston had playing. They were tough.
You know, I have lunch every Thursday with Cito Gaston. And just to hear his mind, hear him talk about baseball is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He was my first hitting instructor, you know.
Really?
Yeah, he taught me my rock. He's the man that made me rock. And it worked out pretty good.
1-1 on Miles Straw. You know, watching you with the Blue Jays, though, Paul mentioned your stance was completely different. When did it change?
Well, I mean, that was that growth period when I went to Japan, and I really learned a couple things about hitting, you know, giving myself opportunity to not just be on a crouch, but to stand up a little bit more and to help me see the ball a little bit better, too. So once I came back, I was ready.
Fly ball deep center. Grisham back, and he hauls it in for the final out. We're going to keep Cecil Fielder here with us for the bottom of the inning as the Yankees. Look at that crouch, man. It's like a speedster. Cecil.
Right.
Now you're standing up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Everybody that was around the game back when Cecil was with the Tigers knew that little guy was going to be a big leaguer because he could hit when he was little. That's Prince, and this is Terry Francona pitching to him. I remember he's 13 years old, Cecil. He's hitting balls in the upper deck at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, we kind of all knew that the kid was going to be a player. I told Mr. Illich, rest in peace, that he was going to be a big leaguer one day, and he laughed at me, but he didn't laugh when he had to pay him.
And there's father and son.
Is that close or what?
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. Now, I was on a cruise with you a couple of years ago. You have another son that looks like he's on the way.
Oh, look just like that one.
Really?
Oh, he's going to be a hitter. Oh, he can hit.
You think he's a big leaguer?
Lefty. He got a chance.
Really?
How old?
No. 10 years old.
Oh, he's only 10.
Yeah, I'm still working.
I see that. Wow, I'm retired and you're still going.
Oh, Lordy. Hey, enjoy this life. It's only one.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I look at the game today, and you were talking about kind of how things evolved. And I always, you know, for me to hit home runs, I had to change things. You were able to hit home runs without changing things. That was your natural swing.
Yeah, I never changed my swing. I kept my swing the same way. I tried to stay in the middle of the field because that was my power, really. Left center to right center. I can hit a ball out of straight. I mean, it didn't matter. But if I stayed straight away, it helped me stay on the ball.
Right.
And now I think that's what helped me because all I got to do is touch it. If I touch it, I got a chance.
And that's what is very hard for me to understand now. They have all these kids changing what they do to have these angles and so. I mean, you've got to be somewhat comfortable doing what you do to be successful.
This right here, I don't understand it. I can't. The way they teach now, I don't understand it. I don't get it because we were always taught to stay flat.
Right.
And their swing is dip first and then go up.
Yeah.
It's a different swing.
Do you like the game now?
I don't.
No, how come?
I just ain't in it. I don't know why. I'm at this stage of my life, I'm kind of more of like a guy that likes to teach and be around the young kids, right? Because I can give them what I got. And a lot of times they don't really understand what I'm trying to give them because they talk so differently. But if you got to have other folks, not just one person teaching these kids these days. You got to have different angles to look at how to go and attack the baseball because their way is a whole lot different than the way we did. Like this dude, he can get flat better than anybody I ever seen in my life. He can get that bat flat. That was what I was always looking for, to try to be flat through the zone and stay through the zone. These guys come out of the zone, I think, too quick. Mm-hmm. Am I correct in saying that?
I agree, and that's why you have so many more strikes.
Exactly.
You have everybody in 1 through 9 trying to do the same thing.
You're exactly right.
So your 10-year-old, you're teaching him a certain way to hit, and obviously he's going to play in leagues. What if they try to change him? What would you do?
They won't.
He won't let him.
No, they're not going to jump.
Hey, Erickson, that sinker didn't sink. So
No, he didn't sink. That guy used to wear me out, though, but I finally got his butt when it counted.
Stolen base for Spencer Jones. I mean, they didn't even have a chance.
This is, again, part of the game plan. With Cease on the hill, you got to know that you can steal bases on him. And, you just get a decent jump. And you see Kirk, he's not even going to attempt.
1-0 on George Lombard Jr., 21-year-old rookie. There have been 26 stolen bases against Cease so far this year. Now, in '91, we said you finished second in the MVP to Ripken. Do you think you deserved it?
I thought I deserved both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
No, I'm not going to be shy. Especially not those 2 years. Those were to me, those were the best 2 years of my whole career, right? So I drove in 265 runs in 2 years, right? Hit 95 home runs, right? Okay, scored over 100 runs both years, right?
And you weren't stealing bases.
I didn't steal. I had one in my whole career. So what I'm saying is, what else you want me to do? I done everything. I came back from Japan. I was 11th player in Major League history to hit 50. What else you want me to do?
Fly ball right field. Jones is going to tag. The throw is cut off. So they move Jones to third with one man out. So here's the split between you and Cal. You both played every game. Cal hit 323, so he had you an average. You had him in home runs. You had him in ribbies. And he had you in OPS. And he won the Gold Glove. Now, the other year, Ricky won over you.
Rest in peace to my boy. I did okay those 2 years, though. I'm just gonna put it like that. I ain't got to take second fiddle to nobody.
162. You knew it about Ripken, but that's impressive.
I played 162.
I didn't.
Oh, Lordy. And
Jazz
I have the greatest manager in the world. I don't care. I was a lucky player. I had three great managers.
Here's your only stolen baseball.
I mean, come on, man. I did it.
He did it. Like he dropped the ball. He did it for Cecil. Get that ball. Get that base.
Give me that base. I told him, give me that. I still got that base. Give me that.
1-1. So you like playing for Sparky?
I love playing for all my managers. I had Bobby Cox, Sparky, and Joe. I mean, come on.
Pretty good.
Pretty good managers. Sparky was my favorite, though. I got to give it to him. I love that old man. I ain't cried for no man, but when he died, I cried.
Fly ball center field. Let's see if they send him. Catch is made by Straw. Jones just draws the throw. And the throw comes into Kirk. So 2-1. What made him special?
I changed him a little bit. When I first got to Detroit, to come down to the lobby, you had to wear a suit. I mean, if you went down to get a newspaper, you had to have a suit on.
When you're on the road in the hotel.
And when you're on the road in the hotel. And I told Sparky, come on, Skip. I mean, come on now. So by a year or two down the road, we were able to wear jeans.
Oh, yeah?
We went from a suit to jeans. So, I mean, I've changed, and he's changed. He changed. Sparky was a tough guy when he was in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
And he came to Detroit, and he stayed that way. But as he got a little bit older, he kind of loosened up a little bit and just let us play. And I think, the man just helped my career because he told me I was going to play every day. And I think that was the best thing that I needed to hear from somebody that, hey, don't worry about anything. We lost 120 games last year, so you're going to play.
0-1 on Wells, runner at third. Hammered foul. Now, I heard you on the All That Smoke podcast.
Oh, I
had such a great time with you on the cruise.
Yes.
I mean, you're such a good talker about baseball. Could you talk to people when you played in Japan? Did you have communication with a lot of people?
Well, I had an interpreter, so I could wrap it up. I can make anybody laugh. You got to laugh. You got to enjoy yourself when you come to the baseball field. I mean, they were stiff.
Right.
Shit, I had Okada and all my teammates laughing once we got going on because they were so stiff.
Right.
You got to loosen up and enjoy. So, yeah, I had a great time in Japan. That was the making of something that was very special. That was a great time, not only for me, but for Prince and for my whole family, just to be able to go somewhere and be able to play. And now I just seen the CEO of Canon in the suites last night, and he told me, you know you're a legend in Japan.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
That is. 1-2. Now, did you learn Japanese at all?
Skosh, ne? Skosh. A little bit.
How was it like playing for Torrey?
Ah, man, that dude's so damn easy. He was so easy. I mean, he just enjoyed his players, and he let us play. Would you say that?
Oh, there's
Just go play.
As long as you played hard.
That's it.
Never say a word.
No, that was it. Now, if he had something to say to you, he'd say what he had to say now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about a great manager. He's going to say what he got to say. So you got to be able to do that.
You had his walk now.
Oh, I had that walk. I had that walk.
I mean, I don't feel like Joe.
Hey, nigga, I thought that man was going to fall every time he walked to the mound. I said,
Like he was walking into the wind.
I like, oh, he's going to fall. He's going to fall. Nah, he's good, man. That's a good man. The thing we did over in Tampa with him was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is so fun. Thank you. Anytime, you're always welcome in.
I appreciate all of
Good
y'all.
seeing you, man.
Very nice.
There he is with the Tigers championship with the Yankees. What a career for Cecil Field. Thanks for coming by.
You got it.
Welcome back to Yankee Stadium, where the Blue Jays lead the Yankees 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. In case you missed it earlier, Giancarlo Stanton is no longer nearing a return. Aaron Boone revealing earlier today that while trying to get himself back from the right calf injury, he actually injured his left calf while running the bases this past week. So obviously time not on the side of Giancarlo Stanton. Aaron Boone did not completely rule him out for the 2026 season, but obviously it is going to be tough for him to make it back, guys. You can almost not believe it with Giancarlo Stanton. He originally went on that IL on April 28th, and we have not seen him since. We know when healthy how great he can be for this team in the lineup in the batter's box, but we just have not seen it a lot this season.
All right, so that was the bad news today, Meredith. Some good news on Bellinger, right?
Well, Michael, he was in the clubhouse earlier today, and he said he is ready to go. He's expected to be activated off the IL tomorrow, so pencil him in for left field. Bellinger told me that yesterday during the rehab game, he had to make a couple tough defensive plays, one where he kind of spun around in the outfield for an over-the-shoulder catch. Another one was down the line where he had a sprint to get it. He said those two plays alone told him that he was good to come back, as Caballero not able to make the play right there as Bateman reaches as the first base runner of the inning. But Michael, obviously good news to get Cody Bellinger back, but now you wonder what they are going to do in right field. Will it be Spencer Jones? Will it be Ramos playing a little bit of right? The Yankees are going to have some decisions to make.
That's the injury report brought to you by Monitor Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Bateman with an infield single. Here's Guerrero, reached on a fielder's choice. I got to tell you something, Paul. I'm sure you feel the same way. You've got to feel for Giancarlo Stanton because he wants to play, and his body is betraying him. And when you look at Giancarlo Stanton, he looks like an action hero in a Marvel movie. And you can't believe that his body is giving him such trouble. I mean, he might not be able to come back even if they get to the World Series. Calf injuries take forever.
Yeah, it's a muscular thing, and every time he seems to push it, it seems to backfire on him. And really, it's a disappointment for the fans, the Yankee organization, and especially for him.
1-1 to Guerrero. And Boone articulated this, pregame. This guy is so respected in that room. The players love him. When he talks, everybody listens. He's in every single hitter's meeting. And when he's in the lineup and he's clicking, I mean, what a force.
I mean, you look at some of the past playoffs. I mean, he kind of took over the offense for the whole team.
Oh, he helped them get to the World Series in 2024. Keeping Bateman close. And then you hear the story that he was running and the other calf got injured and he fell down. It's just, it's hard to believe he's like the picture of health, the way he looks. And again, the body's not cooperating. Line drive, just over the leaping try of Lombard. A base hit into left field. Bateman will stop at second.
Well, Bateman squibbed one, and then this ball was just smoked right off the bat. Guerrero, line drive. Bar Jr., I mean, this is a missile right over the glove.
110.2 off the bat.
Yeah, while we were talking to Cecil, I mean, first inning, second inning, both times, man on third base.
Yep.
The Yankees were not able to get the run across the plate. And these innings become that much bigger with Cease starting to find his groove out there.
Here's Kirk. This could be two. There's one. And there's two. 4-6-3 double play. Bateman moves to third.
Yeah, it's just great pitching, you know, to keep him on the ground. You know, Kirk is a really, really good hitter, especially with the run and scoring position. So you beat him inside, kept him on the ground, easy double play. Opportunity to get out of this inning.
I saw you talking with Wells about something. Now he seems like everything's fine. Springer drove in the only run of the game in the first inning, RBI single. And there's a strike. Ground ball. Caballero. And Weathers works into and out of trouble. Blue Jays strand one. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining you win. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Toronto versus New York. Full house here at Yankee Stadium on this Saturday afternoon. It's 1-0. Toronto over the Yanks. It'll be 9-1-2 in the order against Dylan Cease. Play FanDuel's Daily Dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Caballero plus 1,500. Grisham plus 650. Well, you see the game plan, Paul. Yankees get on, they're going to run.
Yeah, they're going to run, and you see a lot of guys swinging early in the count. And then I've always told you, Michael, there's certain guys that you're not afraid to get 2 strikes on. Cease is not one of those guys. He's a strikeout pitcher. You don't want to get him in this position where he's 0-2. He's just got too many things to work with.
One and two on Caballero. So it's August 22nd, and Caballero's tied his career high with 44 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Cease. We talked about this yesterday. It's been batted back and forth among Yankee fans all week. When Bellinger comes back, what's the roster move going to be? Who's going to lose their job? When Stanton comes back. And Joe Torre used to always say, why should I worry about something? These problems usually solve themselves. And you don't want them to, but they usually solve themselves.
They, throughout the course of the year, it just seems like sooner or later, ball hit hard by Grisham, just right at McAdoo. But yeah, again, you have injuries, you have bumps and bruises, you've got guys that need a few days, so yeah, you can usually sort it out. mean, obviously, Aaron Judge, somebody comes back like that, think they're dramatically going to change. But for the most part, they do work themselves out.
And then, the talk was, well, if everybody gets back, who's going to lose playing time? Well, now, okay, the DH spot is open again. Yep. So maybe no one misses playing time. And the roster move for Bellinger, that might have solved itself when McMahon slid into second base in Baltimore, won the IL. So the easy move, I guess, would be Schumann. Again, we don't know what's going to happen in this game, and we'll see what the move is before he's activated tomorrow. But when you worry about that stuff, it really does work itself out. 1-1 on Rice. That's the guy they want back. That's the guy they need back. That's a game changer.
He's working on his four-seamer over there, though.
Ran in the outfield today. Did some tea and toss. Different than you. Today you did some tea and biscuits, right?
Exactly. Got my workout in there. A little tea and biscuits. You know, well, that's a good sign there. That's not an easy job. I mean, I'm sure he's antsy. He wants to just go see exactly how much he can do. But I think he also realizes that any kind of step back is going to put his season in jeopardy. So you got to do it the right way.
He's got the four-seamer down.
See that? Every time I see him, I told you last time I saw him, he might be working on his pitching. He's always gripping a ball.
2-2. When he starts the pitch, he's going to say, "Hold my beer, Ohtani." 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. So Cease is sharp over the first 3. Yankees trail the Blue Jays 1-0 as we go to the 4th. Well, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Yankees, the official source for your Yankees gear. That store is hopping.
Well, people don't just walk around in there, too. You're grabbing something.
Yeah.
You're coming out of there with something, right? With an NY.
It's like when Neville goes to Neiman Marcus. He's coming out with something.
It's not an empty bag, that's for sure.
The 0-1 to Okamoto. 1-1. Foul ball. Cracked to left field. On the run is Ramos. He's going to have to play that off the wall, but it bounces over the wall into the seats for a double for Okamoto.
Weathers has had this going on where leadoff hitter's getting on base and he's pitching from the stretch the rest of the inning. The breaking ball here probably does not get to the inside corner. It just hammers it to left field. Okamoto, when you watch, when he hits the ball, he hits it with authority. He's got 26 home runs on the year. We talked about yesterday. He's already broke the Toronto Blue Jays rookie record.
Here's Ernie Clement. Garcia in on the grass at first. And a strike. .262 average, .687 OPS against lefties this season. Last year it was so much better. He bunts down the third baseline. That moves the runner over, and he's going to reach. Once Weathers bobbled and couldn't get a grip, you knew Clement was going to be able to beat it out.
Just a perfect bunt right down the line, and he deadened it, and he didn't come up with it cleanly. It wouldn't have been close anyway, but a good pick by Garcia Jr. over here.
Waiting to see how they score that.
You couldn't ask for a better bunt. To put that thing right on the infield grass before it gets to the dirt and deaden it. It looks like a base hit to me.
Yeah, it is a base hit.
So it just kind of deadens. I see the hand come back. He's not jabbing at it, and it just makes the ball come off the bat much softer.
I remember Phil Rizzuto used to always say on the broadcast when I was growing up that the best way to bunt is make believe you're trying to catch the ball with the bat. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to jab forward with it. You have such a tendency to pop it up and, hit it too hard. And everybody assumes that, everybody should be able to bunt. And if you don't work on it, bunting can be difficult. If you take it serious every day, yeah, you get to be pretty good. You see so many times, the analytics don't like bunting, don't like moving guys over. You just see so many times that defensively it puts pressure on you. An errant throw, a mishandled ball. All of a sudden you're setting up a big inning. And it just, it always keeps pressure on Weathers at this point now with runners on. Now you got to make perfect pitches to try to limit damage.
3-1 on Daz Cameron. 3-2. McAdoo is on deck. Cameron started the season in South Korea, hit well in 43 games, and then he knew major league teams were interested. So he got a release, and the Blue Jays signed him to a minor league deal. He got called up when Guerrero got the concussion. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout for Weathers.
Yeah, it is, and he went with a strikeout pitch with a 3-2 changeup. A lot of guts right there. You can't walk him and start a huge inning, but now you got an opportunity to get a double play and get out of this off-speed pitch, and he's just way out in front. Good job by Weathers.
So here's Charles McAdoo. Strike from Weathers.
We're really seeing, we went over in the pregame, the difference in Weathers. I mean, in the beginning of the season and in the past, it was four-seamer. I'm going to throw it by you. Now, I mean, he's just carving it up with that breaking ball and the changeup. A much harder guy to, to really gauge now, because you just cannot sit dead red down the middle.
Check out Old Spice Fresh Starts. Last 6 starts, a 0.93 ERA. That's pitching. Old Spice Fresh Stats.
Yeah, he showed him that fastball outside the strike zone. Would really expect him to go back to something off speed and get a swing and a miss.
And that one is looped into center field. It's a base hit from McAdoo. Okamoto scores, moving to second. is Clement. It's an RBI single for McAdoo, and it's 2-0 Toronto.
Yeah, McAdoo swung the bat really well in Toronto when the Yankees were there. Tough night last night. But here, he did go back to the changeup. Just got a little bit up in the strike zone. If you can get that ball down, sinking away, have a chance to keep that ball in the infield. But a pretty good piece of hitting by McAdoo.
There's Miles Straw. And there's a strike. So we've detailed, the Blue Jays took it to extra innings, Game 7, World Series against the Dodgers. And it was a crushing loss because for all intents and purposes, they outplayed the Dodgers. And they had some breaks go against them that would have given them the World Series. So Straw was on that team. And he had a room in the hotel in center field. That's where he lived. That overlooked the field. And he was so crushed that he went to his room right after the game and just looked out the window and watched the Dodgers celebrating on the field.
Yeah, it's there's no way to get back there, to that one instant where things could have changed. And you talked about it. It was a pitch selection. I mean, the game was over. And a hanging slider. All of a sudden, Weathers
something
check.
physical. Yeah. Wow, and he's going to leave the game. First one who saw it, I think, was Wells or Garcia. They walked to the mound. Let's see if we could see anything here.
It's kind of a weird release. And, yeah, something hurt there. Let's hope that it's nothing major. But, he is past his career high in innings, so.
Wow, that is tough. He's been pitching so great. Yankees up to get somebody in here. They'll have as much time as they need to warm up. Well, Ryan Weathers left the game with an injury. We're waiting to see and hear exactly what went wrong. But the Yankees bring in Yerry De Los Santos. He was just warming up on the mound. Didn't warm up in the bullpen as much time as he needed, but being a reliever didn't take all that long. So he inherits a 1-1 count on Straw. And this at bat will belong to De Los Santos. And there's a strike to Straw. First and second, one man out. We don't want to sit here and guess. We don't want to play doctor from this far away. But he was certainly in some kind of discomfort. Couldn't even tell exactly where that discomfort was. But he walked off the mound with the athletic trainer, Mike Schuck, and we'll wait and see. Popped up on the right side. Infield fly rule is called. And there's 2 away. Bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. We'll see how they put the innings together. They use Bednar, Blackburn, and Hedrick. And Bednar and Blackburn, or Bednar and Hedrick have pitched 3 out of 4 days. If they pitch today, it'd be 5 out of 6, and 4 out of 5. I don't know if they want to go there with them.
All the close games, if you break down the Yankees, little run here where they've been very good, they've all been close games where, you're using the same guys over and over again.
Bateman takes inside. Bateman had 3 hits yesterday, has 2 hits today.
We talked about Bateman, came over in a trade for Gosman, and they sent him to AAA. They really got him back up here, but they've used him at the top of the order. And he looks like a pesky little contact guy. He hits a lot of balls the other way. Courtesy of Minnesota, the old Golden Gophers, Mikey.
2-1 on Bateman. Fly ball left field. On the run toward the line is Ramos. Runs out one. Well, the sun has burned through some of the clouds, so the field right now is bathed in sunlight. Lights are still on. And there is one happy fan. You bring your glove. Ball gets tossed to you by Elliot Ramos. Your day is made. Nothing, Toronto. Time called by Bateman. Lads on deck. 2 on, 2-2, 2 outs. And they got him at second, and a bad throw into center field. The runner's moving up. And the throw to second is late.
Well, you see so many of these plays, and the Yankees used them a lot earlier in the year. They had him at second base. You see him breaking towards third, and they had him near a throw into center field. Lombard tries to act like he had the ball, but too good a look right there. Good news is there's 2 outs, Michael, and you really got to battle to get this last out.
The error goes to De Los Santos. Just missed the outside corner and the count full. Strike 3, and it's challenged by Bateman, so we have to wait to see if the inning is over. ABS challenge presented by T-Mobile. And he got it right. So that's a walk, and the bases are loaded for Guerrero.
Well, some pitches are bigger than others to get challenged, and this keeps this inning going on. And Bateman seemed to know it, and Wells seemed to think he knew it. He was walking all the way to the dugout, but had to come back. You got Blake walking out here to settle things down. I mean, you got bases loaded. You got to remember you got 2 outs. You get the hitter. You're still in this game.
Tough customer will be at the plate. That Vlad Guerrero reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Single to left in the third.
There's certain guys, Michael, that when they come to Yankee Stadium, you don't even look at their stats. And we talk about a down year. You see that only 7 home runs, 46 RBIs, but it seems like when he walks into Yankee Stadium, he brings a different set of bats or something, because he's always hit the Yankees well.
And a strike. Since the beginning of last year, Paul, 33 of 88 against the Yankees, 5 home runs and 21 ribbies. It's a nice stab there by Wells. 1-1. De Los Santos on a relief of Weathers, who left the game with an injury. It's 2-0 Toronto with Cease on the mound, so he's a big batter in this game.
I think Wells wanted to, and just went up to tap his helmet and decided not to. And this was close. Would have been away. Yep.
Grounded. And off the glove of Jazzy, who recovered delivers and makes the throw to first, and they get a Guerrero. That was hit so hard that he had the time to misplay the ball, recover, and make a strong throw to Garcia, and the bases are left loaded. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning as De Los Santos worked out of the jam and going over the pickoff attempt as well. That could have been large. It turned out not to be because Guerrero was retired. 2-0 Toronto. The pitch to Ramos is a strike. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard 2-8-0 for Toronto. Yankees have not picked up a hit against Cease. They have gotten a runner to third base with one out twice. They were not able to plate that runner. Fouled away. So the Yankees have played 52 games this year where they've allowed 2 runs or fewer, which is really amazing. There's one other team that has the exact same number. That's Atlanta. Now that's how good their pitching has been, and their bullpen as well. 19 of their last 22 games have been decided by 3 runs or fewer, and they're 11-8 in those games. Strike 3. Ramos down looking. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. He's having quite a season. Second in ERA to Slitler. Second in WAR to Slitler. He leads in strikeouts, opponents average against, and home runs per 9 innings. Slitler got the win yesterday. 6 innings, 1 run.
He's got a lot to work with. You've seen a lot of the sliders to righty. Then you've got a bigger curveball, knuckle curveball, and 95 plus with the fastball. So you can see why he lights up the book with strikeouts.
Ground ball to McAdoo, 2 away. Jones takes low, 1-0. One and one. Jones walked and stole a base in the second inning. Change up there. Jones way out in front. Boy, Cease keeps up balance.
Yeah, I was just talking about his curveball and his slider, and now why not just throw a perfect changeup? I mean, he has so many things to go after you with, but again, back to point 1 is you've got to be able to look and cover that fastball at 97, 98.
So the count 2-2 on the Yankee rookie right fielder, and the rookie shortstop is on deck. Three and 2. And the payoff. Swing and a miss. 7th strikeout. in 4 innings for Cease. We played 4 at the stadium. It's 2-0. Well, tonight, watch live minor league baseball on Yes as AAA Scranton takes on Charlotte. Get some of the top Yankees prospects tonight at 6 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Audi scoreboard 2-0 Toronto. Kirk will lead off against De Los Santos. And strike. Kirk 1 for 2, hit into a double play in the third. One and one. Told you the Yankees have a 6-5 lead in the season series over the Blue Jays, and all the games seem like they've been tight. And when you look it up, they certainly have been. 10 of the 11 games have been decided by 3 runs or fewer. 8 games by 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a big deal either. You beat them more than they beat you. But if you look at the way the division was decided last year, because Toronto beat the Yankees more times.
1-1. On Kirk, Springer, and Okamoto against De Los Santos. And a strike. And that's inside. Kirk works a walk.
It seems like something's going on here today. That Toronto wants to start every inning with a leadoff runner, either with a hit or a walk.
And the only clean inning was the second one. They went down 1-2-3. So 4 innings they've had the leadoff runner on. They've been held to just 2 runs. Here's Springer. RBI single in the first, grounded to third in the third. That's what you were talking about. When he takes those big swings, it looks like he's in some kind of pain.
Yeah, something's not right. I mean, they've tried to monitor him and give him a couple of days off here or there, but something is tweaked. There's no doubt about it.
He's in the final season of a 6-year, $150 million deal with the Blue Jays. He's given them pretty good production over that time. 36 years old, 13th big league season. 2-1 on Springer. Hit .309 last year. It's down to .235 this year. His OPS down from .959 to .701. And also his WAR was 4.8 last year at 0.2. So his struggles and Guerrero's lack of power, a couple of the reasons why they've had trouble scoring runs and why they're still under 500, although within striking distance of a wild card, a game and a half out. Ground it up the middle and through for a base hit. Kirk stops at second. Grisham gets the ball in, so a single for Springer, who's 2 for 3. And that'll bring up Okamoto with nobody out.
Springer's hit a couple ground balls, and both of them have found holes. Again, to keep the ball on the ground, you see that ball kind of sinking down. Ground ball, but it finds a hole up the middle. The ball's hit at lumbar. Easy double play, but that's not the case.
Now Meredith Morakovitz has an update on Ryan Weathers. Meredith.
Well, Michael, he left with forearm discomfort in his left arm. There will be imaging to follow. Perhaps we'll know a little bit more in the postgame. But again, left forearm discomfort for Ryan Weathers. So, Paul, you said you thought it was something with his arm. It was indeed. We will hold our breath on Ryan Weathers.
Fly ball, right center. The catch is made. Tagging is Kirk. The throw smartly goes into second. That keeps Springer at first and the double play in order. So a long fly ball by Okamoto.
Well, you can look at Weathers' situation a few different ways. Obviously, shoulder and elbow being the main concern. Sometimes, forearms can be bad, but can also be cramps, other things. So hopefully, you just saw it was kind of a weird end of the delivery, kind of like everything just got loose. So something was up there, and hopefully something minor.
Ernie Clement takes a strike from De Los Santos. Nine hits for Toronto. The Yankees have not had a hit against Cease. Clement swings and misses, kind of a wave, 0-2.
Yeah, yesterday we saw Schlittler not able, with the fastball to get Clement, and Clement had good numbers, and finally Schlittler went to the breaking ball. Seems late in the count right there. He's going to put the ball in play. Good pitch there with a two-seamer in on his hands. Got an opportunity to save a run here, which is extremely important the way Cease has been throwing the ball.
Now to bring up Daz Cameron. And now they're going to pinch hit for Daz. And it's Nathan Lucas. Bradley Hanner is warming for the Yankees. So they send up the lefty hitting Lucas against the righty De Los Santos. Warming up, made his major league debut last Friday against Toronto. Struck out the first two batters, and then Kirk caught him for a home run the other way. So he gave up 1 run in 1 inning. Cameron was 0 for 2, and now Lucas pinch hitting. Fouled away.
Well, the Yankees, if you look at it, have really done a good job at limiting damage. I mean, it's 2-0, but you look up at the scoreboard, 9 hits so far for the Blue Jays. And it seems like they have been putting pressure on the Yankees every single inning. Another big at bat right here.
One and one. On the pinch hitter. Up the middle and through for base hit. Pinch hit single for Lucas. Run scores. Throw to third. And not in time as Springer gets there. So an RBI single for Lucas. It's 3-0 Toronto.
When you look at what Toronto does is they just continually put pressure on it and look for a base hit. And this base hit came off the bench. So Lucas, a pinch hitter, comes through up the middle. Bart gives it a good effort, just no opportunity. This ball was hit pretty hard on the other side of the bag.
So here's McAdoo, 10th hit for the Blue Jays. We're in the 5th inning. And a strike from De Los Santos to McAdoo. One and one. Two and one on McAdoo, the cousin of the Hall of Famer Bob McAdoo. Warner goes from first. That one's ripped foul. Whoa. Springer got down in a hurry. Now he's telling McAdoo, keep it fair.
Yeah, it's all fun, but there is no reaction time whatsoever when you're leading off. I mean, there's just... You saw Wells getting out of his crouch to throw the ball, and the ball just hammered down the line.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Shallow right field coming on Spencer Jones and puts it away for the final out. The Blue Jays get another run. 2 hits, 2 men left. We're halfway through. Time for the Optimum 5 or famously fast replay. We take a look at what Cease's been doing.
Wow, he's been doing to the Yankees what he's done all year to the American League. He came in tied for the lead in strikeouts with over 200, and he's got 7 on the day. Curveball, good slider, overpowering fastball. A tough comeback here for the Yankees today.
Yankees have yet to get a hit over the first 4 innings. Lombard will lead off. Only base runners are two walks, and those 2 walks, immediate stolen bases, and they moved to third, each with 1 out. The Yankees couldn't get them in. So 3-0 on Lombard. Outfield's changed up. Strong moves from center to left. Bateman from right to center. Lucas takes over from right. And there's a ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And they're wrong. It is a ball, so it remains 3-0. There's ball 4. Lombard has 1 stolen base in the early goings here in the big leagues.
Yeah, I think that you really have to continue to try to put pressure on the Blue Jays. I mean, Curtin doesn't even attempt to throw to second sometimes. So if you can get the jump, we talked about how easy it is to steal a base on Cease, even though you're down 3-0. You're going to have to string together some good at-bats, some base hits. I mean, you can't rely on, the big home run. I mean, Cease #1 in the American League, less than a half a home run a game. So you just can't really depend on your guys to go up there and start hitting them in the seats.
Lefty batter at the plate and some birds out in right field. I don't like the chances on a line drive ball.
Yes. You scatter those birds, you got a base hit.
Trying to keep Lombard close. changeup. Everything is so fast, and then he throws that, and you're just so off balance. It's almost impossible to hit.
Well, Jazz almost double took that to the point where he was just going to hack at it anyway.
Looped left side, and the catch is made by Clement. Round number 1.
Jazz in a tough spot as a hitter. You saw him way out on his front foot on the changeup and then beat on the fastball. And it's not your average stop, but you can tell in the last week or so, Jazz really working, trying to get something going here offensively.
Austin Wells struck out in the second inning, 0 for 1. And a strike. Last week, Cease went 6 1/3 against the Yanks and threw 104 pitches. He's at 73.
When you look at this game, I mean, you start thinking Cease, well, he's only got 73 pitches, and the one guy that they really can rely on is Varland out in the bullpen. So not an ideal situation for the Yankees to be right now.
Off the slider, 1 and 2. Misses the outside corner with the change, and the count 2 and 2. Check swing. He does not go. So will they send Lombard on 3-2 with 1 out? Guerrero plays in front of him as he holds. Runner goes, and it's ball 4. So now 4 walks by Cease, and the Yankees bring the time run to the plate.
We talked about the first inning, the second inning. You had opportunities with men on third base, didn't cash in. Another opportunity here with only 1 out. You're going to need a big hit. Caballero got Grisham on deck.
Caballero struck out in the 3rd. And you're right, Paul. They're swinging early because they don't want to get the 2 strikes with this guy.
Well, again, I mean, he has such an advantage because he has so many things to go to. And, it's not like he has walks some guys, but it's not like he's not going to challenge you. So first pitch you get might be the best one you're going to see.
Oh, and 2 on Caballero. Caballero playing 3rd with McMahon on the IL, the injured thumb.
And you see some of those swing and misses, Michael, on that slider. I mean, they're not even close, which just goes to show you that hitters aren't picking up the spin, the change in the velocity. It's not like it's a big old breaker sideways. It just kind of dips, and the Yankee hitters have not been on the slider all day.
Keeping Lombard close at second. Line drive, it's caught and turned into a double play. Took an RBI single away from Caballero and turned it into a 6-4 double play. We played 5 innings in the Bronx. The Yankees are being no-hit by Dylan Cease. They're trailing 3-0.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Braves and Brewers today, bottom of the third, tied game until Jake Bauers gets into a pitch and sends it out to dead center. A 23rd home run of the season for Bauers. It's a 2-run shot to give Milwaukee a 3-1 lead. They won the opener last night behind the Miz. They've won 6 of 8 and have the major's best record at 80-49. Michael?
Thank you, Bob. We go around the league. Cade Anderson, great prospect, #1 Major League pitching prospect, will make his Major League debut for Seattle tonight. Bobby Wood Jr. really hot last 10 games. Andy Paw has hand fracture last night, but he is expected to return this season for the Dodgers. Punts out to right field. It's a base hit for Straw.
Michael, this is comical. It's the leadoff hitter of every inning, either a walk or a hit. It just, some games you just can't fight luck. I mean, Caballero just hits a rocket. It ends up being a double play. This is a little dunker down the line for a double. Some days things just don't go your way.
And that double, that little dunking double, breaks an 0 for 17 by Straw. So here's Brett Bateman. He butts toward third. Nobody covering third, so that will go to first. Sacrifice successful as Straw moves to third base.
I guess Caballero was just checking to see how far he was. He had to kind of hold the ball so he just went around third, but obviously nobody's at home.
So the Yankees have to bring the infield in. They're already down 3-0. 11 hits for the Blue Jays. And here's Vlad Guerrero.
Yeah, this seems to me a time where you would kind of pitch around Vlad. He's hit the ball hard pretty much every single time today. Get behind him and just kind of set up a double play by giving him first base.
This will be the 40th pitch for De Los Santos on in relief of Weathers. Popped up, shallow right field. Is anybody going to get it? Oh, what a play by Jazz Chisholm. And he holds Straw at third. He took a base hit away from Guerrero with a sparkler in shallow right field.
He actually just just flopped his glove up to keep it in there. But this, every once in a while, you just get a glimpse of the athleticism of Jazz, and that's why it's so frustrating at times. And then to realize what's at stake here, he just threw it out there, and knowing that a guy's on third base with you running away from the play, you got to kind of pirouette and get the ball back in. Phenomenal play by Jazz.
And here's the equally dangerous Alejandro Kirk. 1 for 2 with a walk.
Got a big out there again. I mean, Kirk showed last night what he can do with the bat by punching one to right field to drive in a run.
Wow. Nice play out in right field.
the hands above the ball, Michael. That's kind of out of the game now, but that's the only way that you can handle a pitch like this. He's just trying to slash that ball to right field to get that runner in.
Oh, 2 on Kirk. Chopped slowly to short.
Wow.
Bad hop. Lombard stays with it for the final out. So the leadoff double is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's picture is of Katie and Tyrell. Had a lovely day at the stadium last week. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Despite 11 hits, it's still a very manageable game, but the guy on the mound is having his way with the Yankees right now. He has had 4 walks, but the Yankees have not picked up a hit in 5 innings. And it'll be the top of the Yankee order against Dylan Cease. And a strike to Grisham. Grisham has walked, stole a base, and grounded to second. Oh, 0-2.
The Birds got tired of right field, Michael, and moved over to the left. They kind of hang out together. Let's be a family reunion.
Grounded foul. Check out the ERA leaders in the American League, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Schlittler leads with a 2.16, followed by Cease at 2.33. You see the rest of the top 5. .98 miles an hour upstairs, 1-2. Two and 2. Grisham has walked, Jones, Lombard, and Wells. The only Yankee base runners. Now back to slider.
You haven't seen too many mistakes by Cease, and that was one there with 2 strikes. He kind of hung a breaking ball. Good swing by Grisham, just fouled it back.
Three and 2 on the Yankee leadoff hitter and their center fielder. And the payoff, he waved through that one. Might have been ball 4. And Grisham down on strikes.
8th strikeout on the day, and that's a breaking ball. See, it's got a big spin, but it just kind of goes down a little at the end. It's not more like a true slider because it doesn't really go into the lefties, but it just kind of disappears.
Ground ball first base off the bat of Rice. And Guerrero takes it himself, 2 down. So here's Elliot Ramos. He has struck out twice against the Blue Jays right-hander. And a strike. Cease has pitched a no-hitter. He did it on July 25th of 2024 in Washington. Walked 3 and struck out 9 for the Padres.
It's a catcher challenge.
And it's going to be challenged by Kirk. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
A strange challenge.
0-11.
You've got 2 outs, nobody on, and you're going to challenge a.
And now you don't have a challenge.
Yeah, that's an odd one right there.
You almost get the sense, Paul, although it's been in the minor leagues for a couple of years so people could study it, major leaguers are flying blind. They don't seem like they're getting the high leverage aspect of it, and that you have to keep one in your pocket.
Yeah, I think that by having to go so quick, I think sometimes you react instead of really think the situation.
Right. Because as you said, that was not near high leverage. It's 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah.
So what? Grounded third, backing up Okamoto. Throw across the diamond. Picked there by Guerrero. And the Yankees, through 6, have not had a hit against Dylan Cease. They go down 1-2-3. It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen. 276, 1,291 hits, 112 home runs with the Yankees from 51 to 60.
Old school stuff there, Mike. I think you're right on it. Huh?
I think I have this one.
I thought this was going to be an easy one. I thought, like, we had Big Daddy in the booth. I thought we might throw Cecil up there.
I will tell you one thing, though. That is misrepresented. It's not a 6. It's harder than a 6.
Okay. Well, good. I feel bad about not having the clue. Although 51 was Mickey Mantle, right?
I would say it should be an 8. Closer to a 9 as Bradley Hanner takes over on the mound. Oh, they changed it to an 8.5.
I've never seen an increment of a half. I mean, you really got a lot of pull up here.
Oh, yeah. Game is kind of slogging along. So do you want to share with our audience, Paul, what I taught you between innings that you didn't know?
I'm still doing it. So snap in your fingers.
Right.
Charlie, Michael's son, and Michael has told me that it's not the fingers going across, but it's the index finger smacking against the pad of your hand.
Right.
And now that I really, because if you use your other finger, you don't get the sound. So it is. I did learn something today.
Fly ball to Ramos. He comes on. He can't make the play on the dive. Springer will pick up a single.
Ramos coming in on the ball. And, you know, I think he runs, you know, kind of rough with what I mean. If you're running rough, the ball moves a little bit. You see glasses falling, everything falling. And believe me, this is one of the tougher plays as an outfielder. The ball hit right at you on a sinking line drive. But a ball that, you know, you can watch him make here or there, just in and out of the glove.
So base hit for Springer is third. Here's Okamoto.
Mike, was that another leadoff hit? Or
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Every inning but the second. And they have 12 hits, but just 3 runs. Hanner, 27 years old, made his major league debut last Friday in Toronto. And his numbers in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre this year, 2.10 ERA, opponents at 198 against him, 29% strikeout rate in 51 1/3 innings. And in his last 17 games in the minors, going back to June 12th, had a 1.21. And when you watch him, Paul, doesn't have an overpowering fastball. The stuff moves and plays. Now, will it play up here? He made his major league debut Friday in Toronto, struck out McAdoo and Springer, and then Kirk got him for a home run. Popped up behind the plate, and the catch is made by Wells.
Be a tough play for a catcher. I mean, drifting into the stands, the ball kind of comes back to you as a catcher when you turn around. Looks like it's going to hit the screen. He just kind of stabs it.
So here's Ernie Clement. And a strike.
If I'm one of the Yankees and I'm leading off next inning, I'm so glad to see somebody up in the bullpen. Maybe they're thinking about going there. As good as Cease has been.
Way outside.
Over there snapping the fingers. You think
because I still can't believe it that the sound doesn't come from the thumb and the middle finger. It's the middle finger propelling down to the hand. Things you learn. Oh, they had him leaning. Just got in ahead of the tag. Runner goes. Ball popped up. Wells gives it another look. Runs out of room. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. There's the pitch that he gets outs on, and he also said that the biggest step this season was cleaning up the orientation of the four-seamer. Signed a minor league contract with the Yankees in December, have played 3 seasons in the Twin system and 3 in the Guardian system. Runner goes. Line into right field, coming on Jones, who make the catch. He's going to get a double play. He will flip it into Garcia, who will step on the bag to double up Springer, and that'll do it here in the 7th. At the end of 6.5 innings to play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. The Blue Jays lead the Yankees 3-0, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, you rise. Remove your caps, please. Direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Specialist Juan Antonio Aquino from Brooklyn served in Vietnam. The Yankees say thank you, Juan, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Time for your Ford Studio update. Bob and Dylan with you, and the Yankees batters trying to get something going and get a hit off Dylan Cease.
Yeah, Cease has shown us why he's been one of the best pitchers in the game this year. The ability to change speeds and keep hitters off balance have given the Yankees lineup a tough day afternoon.
Yeah, they have not been able to take advantage of 4 walks by Cease. They've had 3 runners in scoring position, but here's the deal. Cease is at 95 pitches coming out here for the bottom of the 7th. We'll see what happens, and we'll see you with Adam Ottavino coming up on the postgame, guys.
Thank you, guys. Let's check out today's Gusto game recap. 12 hits for the Blue Jays, a big 0 for the Yankees in the hit column. Cease has gone 6 innings, walked 4, struck out 8. Springer 3 hits. Ryan Weathers left with an injury, left forearm discomfort. Yuri De Los Santos picked up 2 2/3 innings. Garcia leads off in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a strike is called. Garcia's going to challenge it. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and he gets it right. It's a ball.
2 left.
Yankees still have both of their challenges remaining. So Spencer Miles is up. You know, in the world in which we live, Paul, no one's going to push their ace starter to what they feel is an unmanageable pitch limit to get a no-hitter. It's just not going to do it.
Yeah, he's got one in his career. That's what they're probably figuring. And, you know, there's so many. Toronto's going to have to make a run. I mean, they're a game and a half back. And, you know, a lot of your game, it's almost imperative that they win pretty much every time he's on the mound. So you cannot jeopardize his future starts to get through this.
And there's ball 4. If Kirk had a challenge, it looked like he would want a challenge there, but a walk, 5th walk issued by Cease. And, you know, the 5 walks, Paul, why his pitch count is so high right now.
And look, he wanted to tap. I mean, he was going to his head. Yeah, he wanted to challenge it, but there's no challenge.
So here's Spencer Jones, runner on first. High fly, left field. Straw toward the line will make the play. Garcia will head back to first.
Batter challenge.
And now it will be challenged by Lombard. And it gets a roll powered by T-Mobile.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one there. It might be the worst I've ever seen. 2.8 inches.
Grounded up the middle. Grabbed there by McAdoo. Flips to second for the out. And Lombard reaches on the fielder's choice.
It's amazing, Michael, with the defenses today that, balls up the middle used to be base hits. And look, McAdoo all the way on the shortstop side wisely gives it up to get the out there. And I mean, he used to be able to make a living by hitting the ball up the middle. No longer.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. One and one. Line drive, base hit. There goes the no-hitter. A single for Chisholm. Moving to second is Lombard. First and second, 2 men out here in the 7th.
Now you've gone from losing a no-hitter to the tying run and walking up to the plate right here. Schneider on the other end as a manager probably just as relieved. If you're going to get something going, do it with a base hit where I don't have to pull any plugs if I want to get him out of the game. Fastball Jazz, no problem getting to it or hammered to right field.
Spider-Man sliding gloves there for Jazz Chisholm Jr.
But Cease, they don't get a lot of use. Not a lot of hits out there.
Maybe the Yankees feel that they've got Cease in their web. Wells takes low. Cease's season high in pitches is 120, a one-hit shutout in Boston on July 25th. And that's a Major League Baseball season high. So he's at 108. And his start last weekend against the Yankees in Toronto, he threw 104 and 6 in the third. Paul mentioned Wells is the tying run at the plate. Trying to tie it right there, 2-1. Caballero's on deck. 7th sellout of the year here at the stadium, 46,231. Looking for a late rally. 2-2. Of the 4 times that the Yankees were no hit through 6 innings since last year, they actually won 2 of those games, including last May 7th against Cease and the Padres.
If you think about it, Michael, he could have given up 2 runs without a hit in the first and second inning.
Chisholm, Yankees on the board, an RBI single by Wells. It's 3-1 Toronto.
He went to the well one too many times with another off-speed pitch, and Wells got this one and lined it into right center field, as he called it, Michael, into the birds. The birds have been all over the field. Well, they were in the hit zone right there. Again, another breaking ball. This one kind of hangs out over the plate. A big hit for Wells. I told you get a base hit if you make those birds scamper.
Not good for those birds, not good for the Blue Jays, not good for Cease as he's knocked out of the game. Schneider will take the ball from his ace. He'll go to the bullpen. Now the Yankees have their tying runners on base. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, Dylan Cease will have to watch this one of the Blue Jays dugout through 111 pitches, and now they'll hand it over to Spencer Miles, who's had 6 straight scoreless appearances. Yankees have runners on first and third. 2 men out. And they have a run on the board, and they picked up 2 hits here in the 7th inning.
Well, last time up, remember Caballero really laced one to the shortstop. It could have really, really been big at the time. Ended up being a double play. Out.
And he gets punked. So that's going to load the bases, and it brings up Trent Grisham, who certainly has the propensity to come up big in these situations. He's high slugging percentage in late game, high leverage situations, and that's what this is.
Yeah, pretty much game on the line right here. I mean, you get back into this with a big hit, tie this thing up, then you start thinking, no, we can beat their bullpen. We talked about Varland, who is their closer. The Yankees are very comfortable in playing these close games.
Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Grisham at the plate. And a strike. Got the curveball in there. 0-2.
Yeah, quickly 0-2. Fastball, curveball, both right there.
And the pitch.
Miles not wasting any time. Went right after him.
The 0-2. 1-2.
Get the feeling that the way Grisham goes about his at-bats, so he can fight back in and get back into this at-bat. And what I mean, you go from 0-2 back to 2-2, all of a sudden you feel like the momentum changes from the pitcher to the hitter.
Almost hit him. Just got out of the way. 2-2.
Tried to run that 2-seamer in it. It didn't run back until it got past him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Yankees down by 2. And the count is full.
Again, this ball probably would have been challenged. They would have lost it anyway. But at 99 off the inside corner.
Listen to this crowd. The runners will go. Bases loaded. Full count. Ground at first base. Nice play there by Guerrero. He steps on the bag, and that'll do it. Well, the Yankees get a hit, they get a run, it's 3-1, we go to the 8th. Seinfeld night and the George Costanza bobblehead are back at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th. Come celebrate one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a George Costanza calzone bobblehead, courtesy of Star. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Hanner stays in there, bottom third of the Blue Jays order as we go to the 8th inning. Ball, this sellout crowd got loud there on that 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, that was cool, and it was a good at-bat by Grisham from 0-2 to 3-2, and you just had the feeling that something big was going to happen. And we talked about Guerrero, a little short hop backhand, but he made the play.
Fly ball, left field, in the seats foul. This was not an easy ball first half.
No, it's an in-between hop where he had to go after it, and it was a backhand play. But we've talked about Vlad, how good he's become at first base. And, the situation of that play makes it even bigger. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pinch hit off the bench, and now a home run. His 8th of the year. It's amazing how momentum changes. You're on the Grisham crowds up, ready for something big. You get out of that jam, and then a leadoff home run.
And also, the outcome of that at-bat ball dictates the pitcher that's going to be on the mound. They could have Hanner in there if the game is tied, even if it goes to 1 run. McAdoo pops it up, and the ball's dropped. Garcia was so concerned with running into McAdoo that he slowed himself down. He couldn't get the ball.
Yeah, McAdoo cannot run into him, and he was still in the baseline. But Aaron Boone's going to question it that he got in the way. But there's really nothing he can do. I mean, he's running down the line. At some point, he's going to have to get away from Garcia and not hit him. But Garcia, you're right, was checking him out the whole way. He's frustrated, and all of a sudden he does realize he's got to get out of the way, but Garcia had taken his eye off the ball, couldn't find
it. It seemed like Garcia felt the onus was on him, but the onus is on McAdoo to get out of the way.
Yeah, you've got to concentrate on catching the ball and realize that the runner cannot run into.
One and two. The home run by Lucas, the 13th hit for Toronto. Swing and a miss, so McAdoo down on strikes. No harm with the drop foul ball or the missed foul ball. No play, though, no error on Garcia.
Well, the four-seamer just got a little bit too much of the plate. You see Austin Wells kind of squinting back there before it was hit. You knew it was coming.
By the way, Austin Wells is wearing a special FDNY chest protector this weekend, Players Weekend. Now, the full kit was designed for the actual game on 9/11, where it'll also have a special helmet and a never forget FDNY leg guards. Grounded and backhanded, knocked down, bobbled again, and that loses the play for Lombard. Straw will reach.
Yeah, Straw runs well. As soon as this ball was bobbled, there was going to be no chance at first base. Even as strong as his arm is, this can't come up with it, kind of off the foot, off the other foot.
And that's going to be his third error.
Not an easy play with Straw running with his kind of speed. You got to come up with a kind of a short hop, that backhand again. You got to come up with the clean.
Second error by the Yankees today, one by De Los Santos on an attempted pickoff at second. That one into center field, and this one to Lombard Jr. Grabbed there by Garcia. There's one. No one's covering first. Hanner did not get over soon enough. So now 2 outs.
A good job by Lombard Jr. to not just release the ball. Nobody's there. A lot of times you just go through the play. Somebody's supposed to be there, but you see him getting over late. You can throw that ball in the dugout just as easy. And he falls off to the third base side, and there's no chance of getting back over there.
So here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. 4-1 Toronto, top of the 8th. Straw has 7 stolen bases. That's Bateman at first because of fielder's choice. He has 1 stolen base. That goes flying up against the screen above the Toronto dugout and then drops into the dugout.
Quite a launch right here, kind of reaching for it, ball away off the plate, and just totally lost total grip in the bat.
Girardi told me he never did that. Did you ever do it?
Don't ever remember losing a bat like that. I really don't.
Is it because they hold it without much of a tight grip?
Possibly out in your fingers to the point where you start to reach and your fingers extend and you just lose grip with the bat.
So, you've thrown equipment, just not a bat.
I've thrown a bat a few times. I left my hand that way, but not on the actual swing.
One and 2 on Vlad Guerrero, just off the IL, concussion IL. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hanner in his second inning of work. Runner goes. Ball fouled back. Almost seemed like Jazz was like leaning down to say, foul the bat, foul it back. as Bateman slid by. Down the right field line. Foul. Up the middle and through for base hit. Bullet to center field. Bateman will stop at second. So that's the second hit for Guerrero. First and second, 2 outs, and here comes Boone.
That's a good day of at-bats for Guerrero every single time up. Jazz got the one fluke fly ball, but every other ball has just been centered and hammered. Line drive after line drive.
So it gives his pitch com to Boone. Boone signals to the bullpen. Kurt due up. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. By Mohegan Sun, beyond your wildest. And by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, they almost feel wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer. Pretty good hitters there.
Joe Carter was pretty good, wasn't he? Every time I see Ricky Henderson, is there any argument that he was the best leadoff hitter of all time?
None.
Huh?
None.
Amazing, right?
Ground ball. Grabbed by Lombard, flips to second, and Cruz gets out of the jam with one pitch. But the Blue Jays had a run on the home run by Lucas. We go to the bottom of the 8th at 4-1 Toronto. Hey fans, the latest episode of Hexclad Presents Browns Buds just dropped, and you can stream it anytime exclusively on the Gotham Sports app. It's fun for the whole family. So they bring in Tyler Rogers and the ERA leaders in the American League. The Blue Jays have 2 of the top 4. Louis Varland, their closer, then Baker with the Tampa Bay Rays, Hedrick, and Rogers. And their strike is going to be challenged by Ben Rice. Thought it was outside. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And it's a strike, so the Yankees have got a 1 challenge.
Oh, Rogers way down there, Michael. That's submariner. There's enough movement to get lefties out as well.
And he gets plunked. So Rice on base with a hit by pitch to start off the 8th inning.
Like he tried to run that sinker up and in, and it just kind of tugged it right down the forearm of Ben Rice.
And Ramos takes a strike. This guy looks like he'd be really difficult for a righty.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough enough with that release point from a lefty just because you're not used to it. But, you know, a righty, the ball is actually behind you and then almost at an upshoot. It's not just sidearm. It's so underneath the ball that it actually, you know, kind of rises.
63.6% ground ball rate. And that's second among AL pitchers. Who's number 1? Tim Hill at 66%.
Another sidearm, but look at this.
Wow.
Way there. Jim Cott used to tell me the only way you could hit this guy is stand on your head. Well, I always thought about trying.
Swing and a miss. Ramos down on strikes. Guys that pitch like this, though, Paul, you don't hear about arm injuries because that's a much more natural motion than over the top.
Just wonder if ever we'll see, the softball, the fast softball style delivery with somebody. Cause they can throw every day down.
There's Luis Garcia Jr. and he drills one deep to right field. There it goes, Garcia! A two-run home run by Garcia, and the Yankees have pulled to within one.
Number 26 of the year, and a big one right here. I mean, don't get behind in the count. Boom. We talked about much better look at the ball from the left side. Garcia had no problem there. That was a missile in the second deck.
Here's Spencer Jones. Grounded first base, fair ball, grabbed by Guerrero, 2 away.
See that? A sinker. It's an up and over sinker, but it was up in the strike zone and just an absolute beautiful swing. No doubt about it. And he gets it all together. He is such a quick bat from the back of his swing to the baseball.
George Lombard takes a strike. That's the first home run this year that Rogers has allowed. 58 and 2/3 innings. That's the most in the majors this year without allowing a home run until Garcia connected. Missed outside. Rogers deals. Swing and a miss. Lombard down on strikes. But a hit by pitch, and then Luis Garcia Jr. hits the first home run of the year off of Tyler Rogers. And when it lands, the Yankees have pulled to within one. Well, it's time to name that Yankee. This guy only played for the Yanks from 51 through 60. You see the numbers, and the answer is Gil McDougall.
And you had that, right?
Yep, I did.
I did not, so I'm not going to lie. I agree, that's an 8.5. It's hard.
Cruz got the final out of the 8th. He's going to pitch the 9th, and he'll face George Springer. 0-1. Springer has been struggling, but against the Yankees, he doesn't struggle. He has 3 hits today. Foul back. grounded foul. Center field. Grisham will put it away for the first out of the ninth inning. If you want to look ahead to the bottom of the ninth, that's going to be done against one of the best, Louis Varland. It's the bottom third of the Yankee order, but guys with power. You've got Chisholm, Wells, and then Caballero. Here's Okamoto. Series finale tomorrow. You've got Carlos Rodon against Jose Soriano. Can watch it right here on Yes. 1:35 first pitch. Oh, and 2. Okamoto 1 for 4. Cruz put a lot into that one. He kind of stumbled on his follow-through. Like he was going to fall over.
Just selling that split finger with the arm speed and kind of falling off to the first base side. Yeah.
Into the Blue Jays dugout with that foul ball. Swing and a miss, got him. Yankees are within 1 because of the Luis Garcia Jr. home run. We'll take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 108.6 off the bat. 2-run home run into the second deck.
You see those shadows starting to creep out there. It's not a fun time for hitters when pitchers in the sunshine and you're in the shadow.
Grounded and fair. That'll be past Caballero. Bounces off the sidewall. Played out there by Ramos. Going for second is Clement. And he's in there with a 2-out double.
Well, we talked about Clement not having the year offensively, especially off lefties, but he is still a tough at bat. I mean, fastballs he's going to put in play, other stuff he's going to try to foul off. This ball's up in the strike zone. He just tomahawks it down the line.
So here's Nathan Lucas, his home run in the 8th. That's the difference in the game right now. The game 4-1. Lucas came in as a pinch hitter, and he's driven in 2 runs. That one gets past Wells all the way to the backstop. Now it's Clement. Rounds third and stops there. And here is the home run off the bat of Lucas.
Yeah, right when the Yankees just made an inning before where they tried to tie it up, and boom, again, the Blue Jays, and now that becomes a huge run after the Garcia Jr. home run. That's 4-3.
Wild pitch, allowing Clement to go to third. Bunted, and bunted foul. And he saw that Caballero was back, gave it a shot.
It was a easy RBI right there if this is a foul ball. Caballero almost in left field. This pitch was thrown. I mean, any kind of unfair, and you've just stolen a run, but not able to get it down.
The 2-2. Three and 2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the splitter. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's who's coming up. Chisholm, Wells, Caballero. Do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? It's time for the Mercedes-Benz road ahead. One more game against Toronto. 1:35 start on Yes. Monday's an off day. Then the Astros come to town. 3 night games. Wednesday will be on Prime. And then 4 games against the Red Sox next week, and the doubleheader on Saturday. And game 1 will be on Yes. Game 2 on Saturday will be on Fox. And game Friday will be on Apple TV. But now we worry about the bottom of the 9th inning. The Yankees were being no-hit into the 7th inning. They scratched for a run, then a 2-run home run by Garcia. Now they'll have to rally against Louis Volin, one of the most impressive closers in all of baseball. First up, Chisholm. Foul back. He was right on that one and fouled it back.
That's a changeup.
Yeah.
It's a strange pitch to lead off an at bat because it's almost, you haven't engaged the fastball yet. So he's pretty much right on the changeup at 93.
Well, there's his fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, 99. That's what you assume's coming pitch first, and then you take a little off. But he got away with it for that changeup first pitch.
Jazz had the first hit in the 7th. And now leading off the 9th. So it's the bottom of the order. If anybody gets on, it's going to be Grisham. He's in his first All-Star game this year. That one is ripped into right center field. It's a base hit. It splits the outfielders, and it goes to the wall. Jazz is going to stop at second with a leadoff double.
Well, big-time hit for Jazz. And, out of the box with his speed, you're thinking possible triple. But Toronto did a good job of getting that ball in. Off the end of the bat, but Jazz knows it's going to be a gapper, and this is where he can excel by getting those wheels going. Like I said, you can't take a chance there. Good route to the ball, and again, no hang up at the wall. They've been able to get it in quickly.
So here's Wells. He drove in the Yankees' first run with a single in the 7th inning. So the time runs at second base for the Yankees, bottom of the 9th inning. You got the changeup, throws the knuckle curve, fastball at 100 miles an hour. He's a tough customer. Caballero on deck. Yankees only have righties on the bench. There's no lefties to send up. One and two on Wells. And a pitch. Foul back. 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, good pitch to hit. The only problem was location-wise, but the only problem was it was 100.
At the very least, you want to pull the ball and move Jazz to third. Strike three, and it's challenged by Wells. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if he gets it right. No, it is strike three.
0-11.
That close.
Good pitch right there. Wow. That four-seam fastball, and it's overpowering when it just dots the outside corner. Not much you could do.
Here's Caballero. 0 for 2 hit by pitch.
I would assume that Chaz, stealing third base is in play here. If he feels like he can get off, you see McAdoo keeping him close.
Both teams out of challenges. And a strike, 1-1. Blue Jays lead 4-3. They led 3-0. They led 4-1. Yankees have the tying run at second base. Josh Chisholm. Two and one. McAdoo trying to check him back at second. Ground ball, third base. Okamoto. And the Yankees are down to their final out. And after that final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up on the WB Nation Yankees postgame. Well, week to tell. Grisham's late game heroics. It's all set up for him right here for the Yankees to make this grand comeback. 2 outs, runner at second base. Trent Grisham at the plate. 0 for 3 today. 1-0. On a change, 1-1.
Yeah, that's where it really becomes tough, Michael. 100-mile-an-hour fastball in the shadows, and then you can't really see the spin because of the shadows. You just don't pick up the changeup.
Time called.
Garland wanted to step off the mound. Now, he was staring at Jazz, and if stepping off the mound, it sometimes can show the grip that you had in the glove.
Jet swing. And the count 2-1. And the pitch. Fouled in front of the plate, jumped up and got him on the shoulder, 2-2. So down to the final strike. Strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Yankees down by 1, bottom of the 9th inning. And he goes to third. No one was covering, so a stolen base for Jazz, and the count is 3-2.
Well, the only thing that does, I mean, they weren't even going to make a play there, but it does put the wild pitch in play.
And that'll do it as the Toronto Blue Jays hold on 4-3, and the Yankees' 5-game winning streak snapped.
Well, these are one of those games. I mean, the Yankees battled. The big question is Ryan Weathers, obviously, but they battled. They gave up 15 hits today. A lot of ground balls finding holes. They hit some balls hard that didn't come through. You know, they battled to the end. Just couldn't come up with a big hit.
A little bit out in front, a little bit over the ball, and Borland holds on to close it out. So the Yankees lose. Series tied at a game apiece. Tomorrow's the rubber game. We come back with awards in the postgame after that. Blue Jays win 4-3. The difference is the game-changing drive of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3 against Brady Hanner. Nathan Lucas goes yard into the second deck, his 8th home run of the year, and that made it 4-1, just enough for the Blue Jays to hold on. Now we take a look at the Chevy player of the game, and of course, that's going to be Dylan Cease. He went 6 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. He walked 5. He struck out 8, and he threw 111 pitches. Had a no-hitter going into the 7th. Another good performance by Dylan Cease. 4-15-0, beating 3-4-2. Cease gets his 8th win. Borland his 29th save. Weathers his 8th loss. Lucas had a big day coming off the bench. Garcia's 2-run home run made it very interesting. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Adam Ottavino, and Dylan Betances. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays in the final game, New York Yankees 3. For Paul O'Neill and Meredith Barakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Adam Ottavino, and Dylan Betances standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show. Guys?